Hello everybody, it's me, Alex the Hunted, recording this intro for the third time because apparently my microphone seems to be screwing up for some reason. Anyway, today today I decided to actually get to reviewing Captain America the Winter Soldier because, well, I just think it's a new film, a lot of people are anticipating, and instead of just talking about it by myself, I decided to bring a few people who asked to do like Titan podcast, be part of Titan podcast, and instead of making them just wait until I eventually say, "Hey, do you want to do this?" actually do stuff with them until their time is up. Their time, sorry, not their time is up. Their time is on the podcast. So today I have Jack, who's not the Jack from the Let's Play, so he's not going to offend you, and Lewis.
Oh,
What's up?
So we finally saw Winter Soldier finally came out in America after, for some reason, why is it? I don't know why this keeps on happening, but the film seems to be coming out in Europe before it's coming out in America.
I was really surprised about that. It was like 2 weeks.
Marvel have been having to do that because they did that with Avengers and Iron Man 3. And
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I saw the Captain. We all saw Winter Soldier. How was it?
I liked it. Really good.
I thought it was the best Marvel film I've seen, like out of the whole phases.
Really? I liked it. I don't think, because I've had some people say it's the best single Marvel film they've made at the moment. I still think that goes to Iron Man 1, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I
It's a
liked
tie between Iron Man 1, Avengers, and Captain America for first place.
Well, I'd say like Avengers in standalone. Like Avengers is going to be on. I think is on top because that was just awesome. But Winter Soldier, I think it's yeah.
Okay, standalone. It's tied up there with Iron Man 1.
Yeah, and for the first part of it, we're not going to talk about spoilers because, again, it's a new film. People are going to complain if I spoil it. But we are, at some point, going to talk about spoilers because I'm sure there's some parts you want to talk about. But basically, I liked the movie. I thought it was really good. There was, I think it's acted really well. I mean, and also finally giving Black Widow a bit more character as well.
Yeah. I mean, before she was just kind of like their kind of plot device, it seemed, but like
She
she's
was there to
much.
be like. I'm sorry, keep going.
Oh no, you carry on.
She always seemed like she was just there to be part of the team. They actually kind of fleshed her out for the most part in this film, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
She had more of a character than in Iron Man 2, she was just there.
She's there for being there. Just to set her,
Yeah.
to introduce her, like with Hawkeye and Thor.
Yeah. Well, she had more of a role in Iron Man 2 than Hawkeye did in 4, but yeah.
Yeah.
You never get Hawkeye's name in that film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she was fleshed out a lot more. In Avengers, she was a bit more fleshed out, but she was kind of just there to be the kind of the character who quips a bit, and
Yeah.
She was the female in the group.
yeah, exactly. Well, pretty much she was. She's the only female.
No, there was Maria Hill, I think.
Yeah, but she wasn't like in the team sort of thing,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So there was, and she honestly had more of a character in Iron Man 3. She had a more of a stance on. She had more of a relevance in the plot. I mean, she also has a lot. She's more badass as well. Like,
Oh yeah.
I honestly have no idea. I have honestly no idea how it was. How it's why film writers find it so hard to write a female superhero, but with Black Widow, who's ever writing her seems to be getting it done right.
Yeah. I mean, like normally with the when they cut like female characters, they go for like the whole stereotypical like loner and everything. But how she has this vulnerable side, so she still seems human and everything.
Yeah, there also seems to be that. I don't know if you noticed that problem with especially female superhero movies. I think I'm right in saying there's never been a good standalone female superhero movie.
Oh, you're definitely right. I mean,
What are you talking about? Catwoman was amazing.
That's gonna have
No.
its day on my channel. That
I'm going to help for that, aren't I?
God. Do you know that was apparently supposed to be the spin-off film from the Tim Burton Batman?
They didn't name her Selena Kyle, actually.
No, that was one of those films that went through development hell. A bit like how Batman Superman's going through development hell, if you read the stories about it.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
heard stories about it. They can't get the script right to save any of their lives.
Exactly.
Why don't they just Why don't we shouldn't be talking about this, should we? Or
It go on for weeks, honestly.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know why they keep on getting a problem from this, but we've ranted enough about DC on the Titans podcast anyway. Um, but as I was saying,
Back
Winter,
to positive thoughts, people.
yeah, Winter Soldier, good parts about it. I do have a Falcon's introduction was actually very well good. He wasn't just hi, I'm Falcon, and here now. He has a bit more of a
Yeah.
like they build him up to a bit of. He has like a reason why he can have the Falcon suit, kind of, sort of. In the Marvel universe, it makes sense.
Come logic, people.
Yeah,
Stay on topic.
and there was some good twists in it. I did like, but obviously, like some of them, being a comic book viewer, being a comic book bit of a fan, I'm guessing we're all comic book goers here, aren't we?
yeah.
We all knew we all knew most of the twists anway.
But the thing is,
One twist I didn't know, actually. Can we talk about spoilers a little?
Say that bit for a little bit, a bit later, like we'll do a spoiler part later, and I will say one complaint I do have though is the Winter Soldier, even though he's in the title, was a bit left out in the movie.
I've heard that complaint. But they set that up, and I don't think they wanted to name it anything else simply because of recognition for the Winter Soldier's storyline being as famous as that is.
Exactly.
yeah. But it's kind of like with all these like badass villains, they're barely in the actual film, and you just want to see more of them.
Well, was he really the villain of the film? He's more of an anti-hero, if I would have to say.
Yeah,
I thought he was in the film enough.
Oh
but
yeah, he was never disappointingly not. Like he wasn't like you go.
Oh, no.
I wish there was more of him. There was a bit enough of him, but he was kind of like he doesn't really have any kind of real presence until kind of close to 2/3 of the way through the movie, really.
yeah. It's like the final confrontation as well, and everything kind of like
Yeah, which seems to be the standard of Hollywood movies that the past few years is the big thing is everything's got to explode.
yeah, Michael
his
Bay.
big reveal for anybody who was not aware.
Yeah.
I looked at DB casting lists.
Yeah. Or if you looked at the poster of the Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
But in the actual interview, they like one of the trailers they're doing for it, they outright said who it was.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like,
Spoilers, guys.
Yeah, but I will say this. I did like how they really didn't edit his look from the comics. He pretty much looked exactly like he does in the comics.
oh yeah, it was just done so well.
And also there was I gotta say also this has some really good choreographed fights as well.
Yeah, like when it was like chucking a knife in the air, and, like grabbing it.
And the first fight, where he's against that I can't remember his name, but he's another villain in the actual comics, isn't he?
Crossbones, I think he was. Was it?
No, that wasn't Crossbow. Crossbow's the
I know it's in there.
Crossbow's the other guy.
Was it one of the pirate ship thing?
The guy on the pirate ship wearing the purple thing, like that fight, that hand-on fight that they had, yeah. Which, by the way, I was kind of expecting him to turn up at the end of the movie, but no, he's just there, and then he's gone. He'll be back.
That piece is over, guys. Moving on.
Yeah. They're saying problem is though, every now and then the shaky cam was very hard to look at in the movie. Did you get that problem every now and then with the?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like when the fight's getting really intense, like with Winter Soldier and Captain.
Yeah, and also like I'd say, it's kind of that thing where I've always gone is you've really thought about choreographing these fights. Why do you shake the camera so much so that we can't really see the great action, the thing what you're doing?
I don't know. I wish they had more of like the long shot with just single shot takes. It'd be so much better. You get so much more out of the thing.
Thing is though, with fight scenes, you got to have a really good choreographer, and you got to really train for it to be able to do the fight in one take.
Yeah.
They've got to practice that for ages before they can do that. But I know what you mean, and
I didn't think the shaky cam was that bad. It wasn't Man of Steel level. Like,
oh god, no.
Oh no.
Oh no, nothing that bad. God no. Everyone knows my feelings on Man of Steel. If you watch
positive. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys call a Man of Steel anyway.
It was for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how it goes and everything. I just want them to get like not Zack Snyder, God no, Scott Snyder or Jeff Abrams. Well, Jeff Abrams, I forgot his
Yeah.
name now.
Did you hear who? Did you hear? By the way, on a completely unrelated topic, did you hear who DC and Warner Bros. Consulted for the Batman vs Superman movie? So, like
Who?
Frank Miller.
Oh Christ, no!
You. If it's a Superman sequel, that's the worst possible idea. He hates Superman.
Exactly.
Have they read Batman and Robin All Star?
Have they seen The Dark Knight Returns?
Yeah. Or it's
Reddit.
yeah. Even Frank Miller's good work, he still basically makes Superman his bitch.
They should make it. Like, I'd rather them just make it like a world finest movie, and just rather than have them.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the animated film they had?
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Which one?
I don't remember the name it is.
Are you talking about like the direct, like Superman, Batman Adventures, or like the actual directed DVD animated films? Because there were two of those: Apocalypse and Public Enemies.
Yeah. Public Enemies, fun trivia fact, the only DC Marvel film that seems to have Starfire in it, and she has no lines.
Yeah.
I've got, as everyone knows, Starfire is one of my favorite superheroes of all time. So again, off DC's topic again, but
Always crops up.
yeah, yeah, as I was saying, with Soldier, also I did like the look of the shield. Like it wasn't as like it still had the colors for it, but it was more,
Yeah.
worn. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, and it just seems like he used it so much more than what he
Yeah.
used to.
Exactly, and they actually make it look like a legitimate weapon.
Like in the pirate ship fight, the first part where it's just
Yeah.
like throwing it around, knocking them all out.
How he can take down a gun. He can basically take down a jet fighter with it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah,
shield's in some shit. I don't know. That thing should be scrap metal by this point, but comic books.
It was
Yeah,
like,
it's made out of metal that seems to be impervious.
Vibranium.
It's impervious to everything, including giant missile explosions and falling debris.
Or Tesseract energy. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what level of power that is.
And Malyor.
well,
Oh,
I added to them.
Yeah. Is it Malyor? I can't. Force Hammer.
Malyor,
like
yeah.
Miranor or something.
Yeah, Mjolnir or Malyor, something like that. Yeah. You know how.
Damn people with their horrible names.
Yeah, I'm terrible at pronouncing names. Yeah, but in Avengers,
Yeah.
it can beat the hammer of the gods. But anyway, like I said, I like the look of that. Also, what's his name? Actually, this is kind of non-spoiler because it was so telegraphed in the trailers that it's not going to happen. But apparently Nick Fury dies. Oh wait, no, he didn't. Like,
Oh yeah.
That was one of my favorite parts of the theater experience when we get to that later. But
Yeah.
that was my favorite part.
yeah, the thing is though, if you see the trailers and especially if you know the comics, Nick Fury. I was honestly expecting it to be a what's it called, a thingy coffee.
Oh.
That Nick Fury uses a lot in the comics.
Yeah. Yeah.
The robot double or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Nick Fury dies. Ha ha ha. Nick Fury stays dead. Ha ha ha. Good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's like that whole scene's like Nick Fury's dead, and I don't know about you, but I was like, yep, Nick Fury's surely dead. He's not coming back. They've killed off Samuel L. Jackson. Yep, he's never coming back in an hour.
It's
Can,
just like
somebody, can you name a film that Samuel L. Jackson has died in? None come to mind.
there's a
It wasn't Pulp Fiction, but
Yeah, but he didn't die in
Django Unchained he did.
Oh yeah.
Fuck. I love that movie. How did I not remember that? Shit.
He has died in a few films. Like he's not one of those. He does but he's saying of
Not Steven Seagal, where he doesn't die. Period.
yeah.
Or Sean Bean, where he dies all the
Yeah.
time.
Sean Bean
Yeah.
has gone through every film dying at least once, or TV series for that matter.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, there's one film I think he doesn't die, but it's like a really crap film where he does. It's also like John Hurt as well. John Hurt dies a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, I think we can go to spoilers now.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
if you want to go into spoilers. So, because we basically talked about Samuel L. Jackson not dying, but yes, it would. I mean, everyone. I'm not sure even like I don't know. Everyone
Sorry.
knew he wasn't. Especially if you comic book version, you all knew Samuel L. Jackson wasn't going to. I mean, sorry, Nick Fury wasn't going to die.
yeah.
They're the same people in the comics. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
which one you call them.
I mean, it's Nick
Also,
Fury.
also in the trailers, they kind of showed him later on in a hospital bed. Like,
Yeah.
it's I don't understand why they do that with the trailers. It just takes away,
But yeah, so spoiler. So going into spoilers, and and if you're watching this on YouTube, the big flashing spoiler thing coming up. So give me 5 seconds if you still want to listen to the spoilers and you haven't seen it. Okay, if you haven't left, well, it turns out that Hydra is part of Shield now.
Yeah.
Thanks to the one twist I was kind of surprised at, which is Zola is kind of, sort of still alive, except he's AI
Yeah.
now.
If you look,
yeah.
he's the actual which actually, if you look at Zola in the comics, I'm glad they did that instead of going with his actual comic adaptation, because when you see his actual thing in the comics, you're kind of like,
Is he Murdoch? Or
No, he's not Murdoch. Is he? I don't think he is.
So, but basically, if you see Zola in the comics, his thing is kind of stupid. Like he looks like yeah, that wouldn't work in a film. But I'm glad they did that with him. And like with what's happened is Zola's probably not dead in the probably not dead. I mean, all data can be retrieved.
Yeah.
Because basically the scene he has, which is actually a very good scene, even though I mean he's doing the very like the cliched German accent, or
And revealing
sorry,
everything
Nazi
to them.
accent.
Yeah, like.
Because let's not beat around the bush. Let's not beat around the bush, shall we? The Hydra are Nazis.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no disguising it.
If you cut off one head, two more will come. Hail Hydra.
Exactly. So, and also Robert Redford is the villain, but again, by looking at the trailers, it kind of points that out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That was a twist everybody saw coming.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't know if this is true. Like, I heard a rumor because in the comics, Red Skull was like the head of Shield, basically. Like,
Actually, in the comics, Red Skull was Robert Redford's character, but they didn't do that in the film. Like,
I hope.
For some reason, they didn't do it in the film, but in the comics, yeah, Robert Redford's character who's actually in the comics is actually Red Skull.
I guess they're probably saving him for later or something. Then maybe.
Well, no, they kind of killed him, didn't they?
Did he actually like fully kill him off? I thought he'd like find some bullshit like way to.
Well, they did shoot him and crash a space ship, a carrier into the building.
Yeah, but death is never permanent in comics and films.
Yeah.
He could be Vandal Savage in disguise. He'll just cut it off.
Exactly, and also, big spoiler: Bucky is the Winter Soldier, which is a surprise to no one. Even in the, I don't know. Actually, you were saying what you were saying about that cinema experience, Jack.
That was not it. But it was the reveal that Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury, was not dead, and this is just because there were like 20 people around me. Like when he came back to when like he revealed that he wasn't dead, they were just like, "Oh my god, he's not dead, yo, dude!" And I'm just like there sipping on my soda. It's just like, you fools, you thought he was dead. I knew he couldn't die from this because Samuel Jackson has a 9-picture deal with the Marvel Cinematic Universe that he hasn't used up yet, so I knew he couldn't be dead.
And also, again, it's Nick Fury.
Yeah.
He doesn't die in the comics. He's been around since World War II. He's still not dead.
Exactly. Also, I did actually like how they actually did kind of wrap up. What's her name from the Captain America one as well?
Oh, the British one.
Officer Carter.
Yeah, it's like she was like, which is one of those parts in the first Captain America. Like it was like, he's been asleep for 70 years, and his first line back to Nick Fury is, I missed that date.
Nice. I had a date.
I had a date. I was going to tap that ass.
But it's like those little things that they have, like when you had the book of all the references or things that you missed.
Actually, apparently it was different in it's different in the UK than it is in the US, because in the UK one it's got Sean Connery and Doctor Who on it.
Yeah, it's like, and it's got one for. I think they had one for part of Europe as well.
Yeah, the 1966 World Cup final.
Yeah, which I thought was a bit weird. I mean,
Yeah.
like in
Oh,
American.
it's that sort of thing. It's changing it for the audience.
Yeah,
Small detail doesn't.
Yeah.
Really...
no, it's not a criticism. Just
Exactly, and so I mean, it was okay. I mean, I don't mind changing like that for affecting. As long as it
no.
doesn't they don't remove scenes for other countries.
Yeah.
That I'm fine with. But like, sorry I forgot. Oh, by the way, sorry if I keep on sniffing every now and again. I got a bit of a cold by the time recording this.
That's
Um,
alright.
You sound fine.
but yeah. Also, what's her name? Agent 13, isn't it?
Peggy Cole, I think,
Yeah.
something like that.
Can I just say, if she wasn't in the movie, what would have changed?
Uh,
I'd have to think about that.
Because she was
Well,
pretty much a
yes.
non-presence in the whole movie.
one less potential love interest.
Kind of, pretty much. But they never really have a love interest, do they?
No, it was like
Really, the love interest. I thought Black Widow playing the matchmaker was pretty funny.
I liked it was a
Yeah.
have kind of like I like it was more of a friendship at first with them two.
Yeah. Exactly, and if you go by the comics, eventually Black Widow ends up with a Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. That actually, yeah.
How long did that last between them? I thought that was just like a
I think it's still going actually. Who knows? I need to catch up on Marvel.
Yeah, I haven't really been in the loop recently.
Yeah, but
You too, so you're safe. Go.
yeah. So yeah, but I was saying Agent 13, she was kind of a like she was there for when Nick Fury gets shot. Then she's gone for pretty much the rest of the movie, and then she appears at just for about 5 minutes of the final act.
Yeah, I mean, was she just used to kind of like link him, like explain how how Nick Fury then got to like the hospital or whatever and was called dead or something?
I don't know, really. There was no point of her in the movie. I honestly have no reason why. No.
I barely remember her in the film.
Exactly.
Actually.
It's literally like a case of if she wasn't in the movie, nothing would have changed.
No. No.
Did you guys hear that there might be a Black Widow film, like a solo Black Widow film?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. That's finally, which is good. I would say it's about time. I mean, I can understand why they should do it for Black Widow because she's not really a very well known Marvel superhero. So like building her up
Well, she
before
isn't
giving her own
that,
movie, I can understand, but I don't see why DC are doing it with Wonder Woman. But
Because WB.
because DC don't know how to treat women right.
Pretty
because
much.
we need to set up the Trinity in some sense, even if it's poor.
Ugh. Anyway, I keep on going on how much I used to love DC, but now I hate them.
They can redeem themselves.
They brought
Yeah,
this on
fine.
themselves. But yeah, I was saying,
There's at least
which
hope
it's
for
it's
Captain
kind of actually set up at the end of Captain America, by the way, because again, spoilers, at the end of Captain America Winter Soldier, she basically unloads the entire secret, or every single secret of Shield and everything, including her
Yeah.
past, to the entire World Wide Web. So she kind of is basically kind of wanted by the police, but that was kind of a good scene where she goes to the committee and goes, "You want to arrest me? Fine." Drop mic, leave the room.
But I mean, she's got like a really good backstory. It'd be really interesting for them to delve into it.
I think that's probably what they're doing for if she gets her own solo movie. I think they're doing because they kind of set it up at the end of the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I know the solo film I really want to see?
Go on.
The Nick Fury film.
Yes.
They've been teasing that they want to do that for years, but they just don't get around to it.
And they need to have it as 18 plus. Just have Samuel L. Jackson. Just
You could probably
Just
make.
see
You
a
could probably.
Jackson
You could
movie.
probably actually make the. You could probably make the Nick Fury movie just out of the cameos at the end of the credits and the scenes in Avengers.
Yeah.
That's true, actually. Actually, they said he's not supposed to be in the Avengers for Avengers Age of Ultron for that much. Like
Well,
he's
that's kind
he's
of because kind of on the because of what happened at the end. He's kind of on the run now.
Oh yeah.
How is Shield supposed to function as a organization now?
I think Cap's running it. Well, actually, at the end of it's pretty much been destroyed. I mean, they blew up all
Yeah,
their
but
ships and crashed it
how
into
did
their building.
So what's going to happen to Agents of Shield now?
Again, that's apparently going to be set. That's actually going to be
yeah,
like the
tomorrow
season
night.
finale kind of arc of Agents of
No,
Shield.
it's
right.
not. No, it's not.
Is it not?
No, because directly after Thor was released, they did an episode that had there was linked to that a little bit, like the aftermath of it.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing with this one, and it's gonna have I think Chris Evans might actually be in it, like just from teaser shots I've seen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would like to see how he reacts to Agent Coulson being alive.
Yeah.
But,
Or Agent Coulson seeing Captain America again. It's like having a fanboy moment again.
exactly.
Actually, but by the way, we didn't actually talk too much about this about this part of the movie. Basically, this movie goes into the whole American surveillance thing, like really, really deeply.
Yeah.
It pretty much, and it kind of doesn't go all out going surveillance is bad and the government is spying on us and that's bad, because it kind of raises that point, which even though Robert Redford's character is the villain, kind of raises a good point is of if you knew there was a terrorist who was going to go out and kidnap your sister, wouldn't you stop him before he did that?
Yeah, it was quite well done. Like it wasn't too bad.
But basically, what it was is Hydra are basically in control of Shield now, and they built the helicarrier. They built 3 helicarriers, which have these systems which are supposed to predict when people are gonna on their history and everything they do, and basically kill them before they commit any kind of crime.
Yeah, I mean, I liked how it kind of like targeted like Stark Tower and stuff as well when it was like targeting everything.
Yeah, and also just random people.
That it
Yeah.
exists rather than other films. They're just like they're not there.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
focus on this. Like
Which is-
how in Iron Man 3, honestly, you really have to wonder why is Captain America not helping this
Yeah,
guy
well, I can
out
kind
in
of I can
shape.
kind of understand it, which was why they're doing it by Iron Man. Like, I think it's because Iron Man's kind of presumed dead in the halfway through the events of Iron Man 3, isn't it? Like, you know,
Yeah.
his house
Well,
gets blown.
no, I mean, like even with the terrorist organization, like the Ten Rings, like Rhodey's the only one who's doing anything about that. You don't see Captain America, Murricking anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I don't understand why he wasn't, or they don't bring that up at all. But whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And but it's kind of that thing. But I mean, obviously, because that's kind of the problem with having a shared cinematic universe, especially with superhero ones, where you do keep on going. Well, where's Dr. Banner? Where's Iron Man?
Yeah. I mean, and this is gonna be like if they do manage to somehow magically buy the rights, like Spider-Man. Where was he when like Manhattan was under attack?
Well, because he's not owned by Marvel, don't currently own his film rights. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean like if they do
was it
manage to get
Sony has it?
Sony
Yeah.
have it. That's the only reason why Amazing Spider-Man was made, by the way, so they could keep the license because it was about to run out.
It's like
Yeah,
in
they
Fantastic
wanted it to be
Four.
Spider-Man 4. They just couldn't as much as they wanted it to be.
The basic deal was if they didn't make the Amazing Spider-Man, the film rights would have gone back to Marvel.
It's
And we
like
would have had Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Curse you, Sony.
Yeah. It's also why you probably won't be seeing Wolverine anytime soon. But I'm kind of wondering that because actually, shall we talk about the end credit scene?
Yeah, I wanted to actually.
yeah.
That's a good segue
Um,
for the
'cause-
ultimate spoilers.
the end credit scene is Barra von Stuka.
999.
Who is also comic book, he's basically Nazi, has got Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
And
And more importantly, the way he's going to get them to work because of Loki's magical stuff.
Of doing stuff, of plot convenience. So, are you kind of guessing the plot of Avengers: Age of Ultron? But I don't actually. From the shots I've seen, you've seen production shots. It's had like Hawkeye fighting alongside the Scarlet Witch and I think Quicksilver as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that will probably be the storyline of Age of Ultron, because really they don't want to focus it on. They want to introduce Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, obviously, but obviously they want to focus it on Ultron, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Unless Ultron's running Hydra.
I don't know how they're gonna get Ultron up and running without Hank Pym, unless my theory kicks in. But
I still
Isn't there
prefer-
that theory that it's Jarvis?
the thing is,
no,
I
Jarvis
thought
is
he was
supposed to be
preferred to be Vision.
Oh,
He's
right.
Vision in the film apparently.
Although in the comics, Jarvis was actually like a
A
human
dude.
butler.
He's an
And
actual guy.
yeah, and he helped create Ultron, like teamed up with him. So they're probably gonna like work that into it somehow, and like
Yeah.
Jarvis helped create Ultron with this or something like that.
But
I just
yeah,
think, sorry.
but yeah, as I was saying, basically the intro is Baron von Strucker talking about showing off a load of stuff, which again, that's probably going to be a part that's been like, gets paused at every moment to see look at the Easter eggs in the background and all that.
Yeah,
But basically, he has Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, which, by the way, because they can't be mutants because that license is owned by Fox.
Yeah.
I
Fun
don't know how
fact,
they're going to.
those two characters, Quicksilver's also in Days of Future
Future,
Past.
yeah, played by two
But
different actors.
but he doesn't look like
Oh
a
wait, actually,
race
another
talent.
fun fact.
Yeah,
Alex, you would appreciate this fact. The actors who play Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
I know
are
what you're going to
both
say.
Godzilla.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say. I know that already. Yeah.
Godzilla.
I found this. I just realized this like today, and I was just like, that is an incredible coincidence that they're family members in two big blockbusters.
Yeah,
So
that also come out. Godzilla comes out, and the next week after, Days of Future Past comes out.
Got quite a busy lineup.
Yeah,
And isn't Amazing Spider-Man that month also?
No, April. It's April.
So I didn't. Ooh.
I think it's end of April. But actually, I found out I'm going to be at MCM London the same weekend that Godzilla comes out.
Oh, nice. That'd be pretty good.
But by the way, you have no idea how much I'm looking forward to that movie. Which, speaking of which, I got a trailer for in Winter Soldier.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if you got the trailer. Did you get trailers? What trailers did you
Oh
get?
yeah. It was the one with Bryan Cranston just doing like a voiceover and stuff.
Yeah, with Godzilla being. It looks
Yeah.
so good.
It does.
the
Look
only
good.
one I saw was Amazing Spider-Man 2, which looks meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Goblin looks like
I
a
honestly
monkey.
don't know. I keep on getting the problem that they haven't learned from Spider-Man 3 is that there might be too many villains.
Too much going on, yeah.
Yeah.
And they want to set up Venom for like a later film.
They want to set up Sinister Six, is what I'm looking at.
They want to
They want to do both. They want to do spin-off films on both of those guys, which will not work.
They
because
want to make their own universe, but with only the Spider-Man franchise. They're a
Yeah.
bit.
That's not much to work with.
No.
And
Honestly.
that also depends
not
on
the
how well,
road scale.
but it also depends on how well received Amazing Spider-Man is. I mean, it might be critically slaughtered.
Because the first one was very.
It was meh. Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
As we've learned, just because you get critically slaughtered does not mean you can not rake in the fifth highest grossing film of all time, i.e. Transformers: The Dark of the Moon, when that came
Oh
out.
yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way,
You can be garbage, but you can be garbage everybody wants to
but
see.
still, if it's so widely hated, I mean, the reason I think Michael Bay still keeps on getting still getting the right to make Transformers film is also because it makes enough money, but also,
Oh no, that's the only reason why.
but it's also because people go, like the people who are not Transformers, basically the 12-year-olds go, yeah, that movie was awesome because everything exploded.
Yeah.
And women were treated badly and everything, and which, by the way, I'll give Michael Bay a little bit of credit with Transformers 4. I don't see how they're going to over-sexualize basically Mark Wahlberg's daughter.
I do.
They're gonna find a way.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because they kind of did that in the show that I follow that she is a former main character of called The Bates Motel, and they kind of did that with like the very playboy-ish kind of girl aspect.
Wait, is that the series about Psycho, isn't it? Well, the
It's
prequel to
modern
Psycho.
day prequel to Psycho. It's kind of inspired. It doesn't lead up to it, but it has a lot of things that could allude to a modern day version of it.
Yeah, which, by the way, they tried remaking Psycho once. They made Vince Vaughn. They made
Matthew Vaughn.
who the hell made that casting decision? Who the hell made that casting decision?
Whoever thought that Vince Vaughn could play a serious role.
Yeah, actually, Vince Vaughn did try to do that serious acting phase. As you can tell, it didn't work.
I didn't think he was that bad in The Lost World, but
No. But he did try. He did try the serious acting phase. But again, it's like always that thing with comedy actors, especially with Jim Carrey. It's like
Oh, yeah.
Jim Carrey's like you can try acting seriously. I mean, Jim Carrey tried it as well, but you're always going to go, it's Jim Carrey or it's Vince Vaughn. They're going to do something. You keep on expecting them to do something stupid.
Or what's the guy's name from who was the Cat in the Hat from The Cat in the Hat?
Mike
Oh,
Myers.
Mike Myers.
There you go.
You know, The Cat in the Hat was the reason. Is the film that made is the reason why we don't get live action Dr. Seuss films anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this should be fun. You know they want to remake that as a 3D CGI film. You know that, right? That's not a joke either.
Ugh.
They want to remake everything now.
Just make it just as long as they follow the story and don't make. I'm sorry, Cat in the Hat is one of the worst like comedy. Oh God.
It's not one of the worst comedies. It's one of the worst films ever made, Alex. Pardon your French.
And also, Mike Myers, that's nightmare fuel. His makeup.
Yeah.
He looks like he has a pedo smile for most of the film.
Yeah. Boy, did we go off topic, didn't we?
Oh well.
Just
Yeah.
a bit.
But yeah,
Oh, and wait, the second post credit trailer scene.
yeah, which thing is about early end credit processions, they have to be something good because it was just a minute of Bucky looking at himself. Basically, I was like, yes, I know what you're doing. You're alluding to basically. They should have done that scene from the comics where I think he gets actually shot by the Tesseract, and he goes, and Captain America goes, "Remember," and that's when he does, and he gets overwhelmed with everything he's done and just runs off.
I want to know where they go with Bucky.
Yeah,
He's
because he
signed
actually
a
has
lot
signed a
film.
multiple. He has signed a multiple contract deal, a multiple
Yeah.
film deal.
He has
8
like
more
what is it, 2 or 3 more. Does he have like 2 or 3 more films?
Hey.
Yeah, 8. Did you say?
Yeah.
Wait, does,
What?
I read it on the. We allowed to say other websites or.
maybe Winter Soldier will get his own standalone film.
I don't know.
hope so.
That kind of has the problem that like Black Widow or what's his face Hawkeye has. Can they
Yeah.
carry their own film?
I think Black
I mean,
Widow
Or
can.
the
But yeah.
Wolverine problem for that matter. Can Wolverine carry his own film?
The newest one-
Wolverine can. It's just as blood. It's just they gotta get the right bloody writers. I mean, when your film when X-Men Origin Wolverine is so bad that it's actually written out of the continuity. Like Fox actually wrote X-Men Origins Wolverine out of the continuity of
Yeah.
X-Men films.
Guys, it was a what if story. You know, like it was
Yeah.
World 23A.
Yeah,
And what they did to Deadpool. Ugh.
yeah. I really hope. I think does Marvel own the right to Deadpool, or does Fox?
He's
Technically,
X-Men.
they own it now because they just got the X-Men back.
No, they didn't get X-Men back.
It
Marvel
is?
have
Or has
Marvel
it?
still own them.
That's why Singer's still working on it.
Yeah, Marvel do not own the rights to
I thought they
the
got it
film
back
rights.
recently. Wasn't
No.
there an article about that?
No,
They're about to get Fantastic Four back. They had Fantastic Four had 2 more days until they got it back, but they started shooting
no, they haven't shot any film yet. It was supposed to shot.
wasn't it casting call or something?
Yeah.
No, they
Yeah.
have all the casting down. They're going to be filming that soon. Actually, do you know what they want to do with the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Ruin it.
They want to cross over that with the pre-existing X-Men franchise.
That's fine.
Which
And actually,
will not
and
work,
actually,
by the way.
I actually kind of think that I think Marvel must have struck up some kind of deal with Fox as well to basically get Quicksilver because
Yeah.
I mean,
It's one character and not a well-known one, so I don't think they really cared that much.
yeah.
do
Like,
you think they're gonna?
But
have
actually, here's the thing. Do you know Quicksilver was actually in last X-Men Origins, X-Men Last Stand?
what?
Do you know that chick that was fighting Storm?
Wait, was that Quicksilver?
That was Quicksilver.
The fuck?
I'm assuming that was inspiration for the character, not actually Quicksilver.
No,
But that's
it was
gonna be really fucking awkward.
it was one of those inspired by I think it was like a combination of Quicksilver and someone else.
Kind of like how the Silver Samurai in the Wolverine was inspired by the Silver Samurai from
Yeah.
the comics.
Wait, it's just a mech.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you think they're gonna have the whole incest aspect with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver?
No.
Yeah, they're probably not going to go.
Do you
that
honestly think that would make it into a film?
Probably not.
But it's only a Quicksilver who had a crush on her.
Scarlet Witch ends up marrying Vision and has an affair with Tony Stark.
Oh, and Nightcrawler.
and Wolverine.
Does she just get around?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
But
but it's basically comic book series are kind of like soap operas. Like,
Yeah.
they have to do every single storyline with
is
every
that
single.
better? Because they're not fucking boring.
No,
No.
but anyway, yeah. That after credit scene. I mean, I can. That was actually I actually honestly thought at one moment, at the end, at the scene where basically they're blowing up the three heli characters being blown up, and Captain America was kind of falling to his death. I honestly thought, because the comic books, that that the comic book storyline is actually Bucky does eventually become Captain America.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna die and like.
Yeah, I honestly thought they were going to do that as well.
But do you think they could do that for the third one, maybe?
I don't, because there's always there's rumors about Chris Evans
Retiring soon.
retiring from acting and all that after his Marvel contract's done.
Yeah.
But I can kind of I think they might do that. I mean, Captain America 3's been announced, so he's probably not going to die in Age of Ultron.
Oh no.
Probably not.
Maybe in
Actually,
the.
I can actually bring something up
Yeah.
about ending careers in Marvel. What's his face? Robert Downey Jr. only has one signed film left, and he's gonna be in Age of Ultron. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna kill him off in that film?
I don't know. It's kind of like no. What I think it's going to be is like what Hugh Jackman said about like he's going to slowly give up doing Wolverine because he says he's getting too old for it basically. Which I can't.
So shit.
No, that's basically it. That's kind of basically it. I mean, the only thing I can kind of see him doing now is Old Man Wolverine. Which, by the way, if you haven't read that comic, that's a brutal comic.
Yeah.
How old is he? Wait, where does that take? I've not read that.
Old
I can
Man
imagine
Wolverine.
that takes place way in the future, like way in the future.
Sort of, yeah. But anyway, but as I was saying, but it's kind of what Hugh Jackman says. Like, I can sort of see the Wolverine kind of being played like James Bond. It can be the same role played by different actors.
Yeah.
And actually, Marvel kind of already did that with War Machine, didn't they?
And Hulk.
And Hulk.
I mean, for the better.
I'm surprised that they didn't accidentally recast Hulk when the Iron Man 3 film came around. There's just like, all right, so who are we gonna get to play the Hulk? We have Mark Ruffalo. It's like, really? Still? Oh, this is doom. They recasted him 3 times now.
I think Mark Ruffalo's signed for a 5-movie deal.
Well, he'll get his own one then.
Don't know. He said though he would like to do Planet Hulk, but the only problem is he wouldn't be in it because he's basically hulked out throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Do they do the Planet Hulk storyline? Because doesn't that involve like Xavier and Reed Richards and whatnot?
They'll find a way to get around it.
Yeah. Which, but anyway, yeah.
Like that would ruin it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Winter Soldier is. I would say it is a good movie, and it's definitely got. It's one of the best standalone. Would you say it's better? Okay, I'll say I think it's better than Iron Man 3, but that's only because I think the villain was done better.
Yeah, and they didn't just dick move you at halfway
Yeah.
through.
They really fucked up with Mandarin in Iron Man 3. I mean,
Yeah.
I
have
wouldn't
you
say they
seen
fucked up. They did something different with him. I think there's a difference there.
Have you seen the one shot though?
Oh, you mean the thing with Ben Kingsley in jail?
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of fixed it where there is a real Mandarin. He's after Ben Kingsley now.
Oh, is that what? I saw an article. They said they wanted to get Fim Fam Fu into a film. I was like, so I guess that maybe that's a link into it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I was kind of wondering, it's like if you're going to do Mandarin, you have to do the is it the 10 Rings?
Yeah, and one of them's a
already did
cosmic
that.
thing as well, I think. I mean, that would have been perfect because it can link into the whole Thanos thing as well.
Because the good thing about Iron Man versus Mandarin, it's technology versus magic.
Yeah. And that would be a really good way to then kind of lead it on
Yeah.
to Doctor Strange as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Which by the way, that was also teased in Winter Soldier, if you call that.
They brought up. Did they say his full name? I forgot.
I think they just said. I think it said Doctor. I think they just said not Doctor Strange.
Because
Oh, yeah.
they did actually say his name in Agents of Shield also.
Yeah. Because we all know they're doing a Doctor Strange movie. They're also doing Ant-Man movie.
And quite possibly and very highly likely Black Panther.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to be so good.
Thing is, I'm wondering about the Ant-Man movie. Are they going to introduce Wasp?
They might set her up and not make her like that immediately.
Because it's not Hank Pym as well, actually, in the Ant-Man
No,
movie.
it's they got
It's the
Paul
second.
Rudd.
It's the second Hank Pym, isn't it? The second Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have. So they're either gonna have to do Yellow Jacket.
How are they gonna get Ultron without Hank Pym?
I'm sure they found a
Tony
way.
Stark. It'll just be Tony making it probably.
Who knows? That's what my theory is. It's going to be Jarvis, really, but he could be Vision, like you said. He could be Vision. As
Yeah.
well.
Like
No, my theory. Sorry, go on.
no, you go on. Sorry.
Well, my theory is that Ultron just appears, like, and then the Avengers have to deal with him. Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, their parts are played in that. The Avengers assemble and whatnot. Like, everything is resolved.
Yeah.
Post-credit scene, we have, like, I don't know, Maria
build
Hill
up.
or Nick
Yeah.
Fury coming in, like, to discuss, like, how did this all come to pass, and then they introduce Hank Pym, saying he's going to explain everything,
Yeah.
and lead into Ant-Man the following month, actually.
Hold on, guys. I got this. Yeah, but it could be. But also, isn't there? What's his name?
Baron Zemo.
No, isn't there? What they're saying about? Because who else? Because who else can they do a movie about? Because I kind of do love that. Have you seen that meme going around of it's involving Guardians of the Galaxy? It's got DC doing a Wonder Woman movie. I think it's a bit too complex. Marvel,
yeah,
here's a raccoon with machine guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got this.
They've changed Star-Lord though, from the looks of it, so much though. I'm a bit
I
worried
like
about.
him. It's funny. He looks good. Chris Pratt
Yeah.
looks. It's gonna be
Oh
good.
yeah.
By the way, my dad absolutely hates Guardians of the Galaxy. He can't stand. He thinks he says
doesn't.
Rocket Raccoon is the worst superhero ever.
No.
Blasphemy.
And I also made him laugh when I said Rocket Raccoon has a girlfriend who's an otter.
Yeah, and there was a squirrel as well.
You caught that?
Yeah. Sorry. What did you say? No, I didn't. You like that? You liked the bit.
No, I mean, like, you caught the whole otter thing in his biography.
Yeah.
But also in that whole biography thing, it showed that Star-Lord was done for like sexual indecency as well. Which means he sexually assaulted someone.
Actually, I think also sexual indecency involves streaking as well.
Oh, okay. So that's still bad. It's gonna be good though.
Anyway,
Our heroes.
I want to see. Go on.
No, yeah.
I want to see how they set up. What's his face? Thanos in
Thanos.
that film because
Isn't
do you really,
isn't
like,
Thanos
do you
the
guys
bad
know
guy? Isn't Thanos the bad guy in Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, he's not. It's one of his his head.
It's
general.
Gamora, isn't it?
No,
Gamora.
it's not her. No,
No.
Gamora's one of the original members of the team.
No, not Gamora. The other assassin chick who's
Oh,
he's
yeah,
being played by
apparently
Karen Gillan.
Yeah, apparently she's working for Thanos because
Yeah.
He's Thanos' sister.
huh?
The blue chick you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Thanos' sister.
No, Thanos killed his people. They're all dead. He became he lived he was
He missed one then. He missed one.
no he was like a group of gods and he
Yeah.
invented murder. But
The
apparently
Gauntlet.
she's no he invented murder on this planet apparently.
Yeah.
But apparently the chick Gamora is kind of like in the order that the blue chick was, and they're owned by Thanos and the.
I
green
think
chick-
Gamora. I think also did Gamora used to work with Thanos, but she left and became
No,
part of
she's
the
his daughter. Well,
Yeah,
daughter.
she is his adopted daughter.
and she left
Yeah.
to become part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And actually, by the looks of the trailer, it doesn't look like it's a meetup. It's actually the film looks like it takes place as like they've already met up. They've already been a team
Yeah.
for a while. This is just one of their adventures.
Yeah. It's
They
gonna be
call
pretty good.
themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy.
What a bunch of
Ooga
a-holes.
Ooga chaga, ooga 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 chaga.
That was the perfect song choice.
Which, by the way, I didn't know. That was surprising how well effective that made for an action trailer.
Yeah.
And then it's just them sitting, like they're all just standing around and just like, I got a feeling.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's done so well.
Which, by the way, I can't believe that Rocket Raccoon is being voiced by an Oscar-winning actor,
Yeah.
Was it again David Cooper or something?
Bradley Cooper.
That's the one.
Bradley
Yeah.
Cooper. There you go.
I
And Vin
thought it-
Diesel is Groot.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you don't know, Vin Diesel is a huge nerd.
Yeah,
Really?
he
Yeah.
has his Dungeons and Dragons names like tattooed on his arm.
That is awesome. He earned a lot of respect from me right there.
But
Because
he
I
only
don't give a
has
shit for the Fast and the Furious films.
Like
he,
last year that he made it. There was Riddick.
oh
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
he put his house, he mortgaged his house to make that film.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
that film had to succeed, or basically, yeah, that's what he did to make Riddick.
That is commitment.
The hell?
But apparently he only
How
has
was
like
that
one
film dick?
proper line in the whole film, and that's "I am Groot."
I don't think that was true because they wouldn't hire him for. But I mean, well, he didn't have that many lines when he played the Iron Giant, but
Oh
That's
Christ, he was that, wasn't he?
yeah.
that's a while ago. God damn.
But I don't think they would do that because Groot's actually, if you go by the comics
Oh,
and
he's incredibly intelligent.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
is.
yeah.
It's just that his like voice cords, voice box. He's so old, they kind of like just like rotted away, so he can only say like "I am Groot" now.
I don't know if that's true, but it's
Oh no,
we'll have to
it's
wait till the movie comes out. Really.
I mean, it's actually in the comics like the whole he can only say "I am Groot."
Who knows? We'll see later in the movie. We'll see when the
Yeah.
movie comes out, really. Which actually, by the way, should we actually? What trailers do you remember? What trailers you got for Winter Soldier?
I only remember seeing Spider-Man 2. I think it was a different trailer that I haven't seen already.
Because
That was-
I hear also there was a new trailer for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle film attached.
Oh
Because
God,
that
yeah,
was
he looks like Shrek.
though. It looks like garbage. That
there is
film.
only one good thing about that trailer, I will say, and that's what Michelangelo says. Kind of is what Michelangelo would say.
Oh, it's just a mask.
Yeah. Oh, don't freak out! Don't freak out! It's just the mask. Michelangelo would say that.
He looks like Shrek. Like,
Yeah. The movie
I
looks
already
like
know I'm not
crap.
the big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, but
The movie looks like crap, but
yeah.
it looks completely awful. And coming from Michael Bay, that's to expect.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
why is Megan Fox in that actually? Just
Megan Fox is April O'Neil.
yeah.
Call him a Nazi. Like I thought we were on speaking grounds.
No. Her exact words were or the exact phrase was she basically compared his work in film to that of Hitler.
Oh, okay.
Which,
How is she still employed by anybody related to him after that?
Because
But-
it's Megan Fox.
but I will say this: she's kind of right.
Yeah.
It's like, well, here's the thing. Just because you are right does not mean you should say it to the guy who basically owns
Who's
your
paying
ass.
your bills?
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, what bills she has, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure if she couldn't find any movie deals, there's plenty of other movie deals she could do.
Yeah,
Wait.
I mean, she was amazing in Jonah Hex.
Really? Are you going to say that the only person who likes Jonah Hex?
I'm fucking with you.
Thank Christ.
I couldn't make it halfway through that film. I got so bored.
Again, I don't think Jonah Hex is owned by Marvel, is it?
No, he's DC.
Oh, is Jonah Hex? Oh, yes, Jonah Hex is DC, isn't he?
Dude.
I forgot. Yeah. Oh, which, by the way, you kind of know with a Marvel film, you kind of know it's not going to be a good Marvel film. Like I learned it with the Ghost Rider film, is when it's in the Marvel Dark studio. Like they don't use them. Like
Yeah.
did you see the two Ghost Rider films?
Unfortunately, I did.
I got really. Again, I barely finished the first Ghost Rider. I just was so bored with it.
The second Ghost Rider was really bad.
I mean, the only
Well,
bearable good part in it was Idris Elba. I mean, that
And
was it.
also Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage.
Oh yeah, like
that's true.
my favourite role from him is always going to be Kick-Ass.
Oh, Marvel B-list heroes. You
Thing
are
is, though-
entertaining in your own right.
But the thing is, though, Ghost Rider, like, Nicolas Cage is has a tattoo of Ghost Rider. He's a huge fan of Ghost Rider. That's why he signed
Yeah.
up to do the Ghost Rider films.
But look at it this way: it's never going to be as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution. Nothing
That's
can ever
what?
be that bad.
Or Last Airbender.
Oh, dude, do not bring up Last Airbender with me, fool. I love the Last Airbender series. I hate that film.
Have you seen my review of it?
Yes, I have. I like the joke whereby you question why the Fire Nation hasn't developed guns yet.
That's a legitimate point I bring up. Also about the series is you have tanks. Why don't you have guns?
It's a children's show, man. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, but onto the whole trailer thing. I got quite a lot of trailers like Guardians
Yeah.
Galaxy and Godzilla.
Yeah, I got. I only have to wait a month.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, if the movie sucks, which I hope it doesn't, Godzilla, you're gonna like just hear me. I'm gonna be ranting for it for weeks.
I could do an opening for that.
But honestly, they look like they're doing it right.
It
yeah,
doesn't look like it has any real faults to it. Like, just from the trailers, it looks like it really is going to turn out good for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryan Cranston has piqued a lot
Yeah.
of people's interest.
And also, and actually, even in his acting, you can tell Bryan Cranston is he's acting his heart out even just in see him in the trailers.
Like when he was
He's
like,
not. He's not Nick Topolising it.
No.
oh no.
By the way, here's a little teaser for upcoming. My last review that I do in my old filming set, I've already recorded it because I've already moved. But it's the one movie I said I would never review. Wink.
Godzilla. Oh my god.
I'm doing the 19. Yes, I'm doing announcement. I'm doing the 1998 Godzilla film. I'm gonna review it.
I don't actually despise that film like other people do, but I don't know.
Like I've said, I've had people say, "Oh, you should review it not as a Godzilla film." I said in this review, I even say in the review, I'm going to review this movie as it was intended and marketed as. It was marketed as a
standalone Godzilla film.
Yeah.
Even the Japanese studio hates it. Like there was a crossover.
They bought the right to the American Godzilla just so they could beat the real Godzilla could kick the crap out of him in the final wars.
He like
They
killed
were just
him like one hit.
Yeah.
They're just like, okay, you've had your fun. Give it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Give back, toys back.
Which, by the way, is also the thing I'm saying about if they do fuck up the Godzilla the second time, it's unlikely Toho are going to go. It's like you. It's basically fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on us. We're not giving it you again. We're not giving you it again. But actually, what also makes me more hopeful about this Godzilla one is the script was approved by Toho. Like Toho said, it was part of the deal. Like you can't make this film unless we approve the script.
Yeah, no, Toho was, as far as I know from reading the production history, they were very involved just to make sure there was no fuck ups like there was last time.
Yeah. Like, okay, you can make a American Godzilla film, but we're gonna be babysitting you on this one, basically.
You're the masters. You will take you are the grasshoppers.
Yeah. We've done 28. We've done 27 of these. You've done one. We have more experience.
And our track record is, as far as we can tell, infinitely better than yours.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm probably gonna have to rename this video, by the way, because we're not talking about Captain America Winter Soldier anymore. Captain America Winter Soldier and other and just movie.
We talked about it for like half an hour.
And well, we've been, but I'm fine, really. I'm honestly fine talking about all this stuff. It's actually talking about the new design for the Godzilla. I like it. I just have one criticism with it.
Hmm?
The feet don't look right to me. His feet just kind of look like elephant feet, if you know what I mean. Like it look too.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like a reptilian.
But again, I was saying that's a small nitpick, really, if I'm comparing about the feet. And also, he has to breathe atomic fire. But if you look at, I think if you saw the toy line, and it looks like he is going to. He has to breathe his atomic breath.
I love Raw.
It's Godzilla. He has to. It's like this is again the thing that just pisses me off so much about the 1998 film is that the military take him out. The military does jack shit against Godzilla.
Yeah. Do you think they're actually going to have the crossover with Pacific Rim?
Well, like I said, Legendary Pictures made Pacific Rim, and they also have the film rights for the American Godzilla film, so it's very possible. But, by the way, Jack, are you still there?
I've returned. I had to get a package from the delivery man.
Oh, right.
All right.
Good timing. I was saying, Legendary own the rights to Pacific Rim, and they have the American film rights to Godzilla. But they had to buy those, obviously.
Yeah.
And
I think they're going to do it depending on how well the Godzilla film does box office-wise, probably. I don't think it's going to fail as hard as Pacific Rim did.
Well, Pacific Rim didn't really fail, actually. It made 400 million.
It failed domestically. Let's say that.
It made more money in foreign region than it did in the US.
Yeah.
It made more money in the UK, Europe, Asia, and
Do you know why that was?
why? Because it wasn't pro-America.
No, because everybody had to see. No, because everybody had to see Grown Ups 2 that weekend.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, that beat it in the box office in America.
This is why it's your fault. Adam Sandler keeps on getting work. It's your fault.
I shake my finger at you.
You, the US viewing public. That's also why you keep on giving Tyler Perry movies, and which, thank God, we don't get them in Europe.
Yeah.
We don't get Tyler Perry movies in Europe.
Oh God.
Because from what I've seen at midnight, like I don't know if you see the guy Brad Jones Cinema Snobs midnight screenings. Every time you see it,
Sorry.
every time they do a midnight screening of a Medea movie, it's just basically an hour of rage.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's mad. Other times it's rage. I saw their Grown Ups 2 reaction video, and it was basically them understanding Hitler's final solution. Just for an idea, guess how much Grown Ups 2 made back out of its 80
It was
million?
over 100 million, wasn't it?
No, they made almost $250 million back.
Why do people keep on falling for Adam Sandler? Honestly, it's that good meme as well. Like, that Fry's eyes, that Futurama Fry's meme where he goes, "I'm not sure if Adam Sandler if Adam Sandler actually old movies were actually funny or I just grew up."
Yeah.
Want to know a fun fact about him also? In 2 years, he was nominated for Worst Actor 3 times. Want to know how?
The Razzies, yeah.
Yeah, he was
Oh, it was
nominated
Jack
twice
and Jill.
because-
It was Jack and Jill because
he got nominated twice for 2 different characters.
for worst male and worst female. I mean,
Yes, and then the year before that, it was for Grown Ups.
and actually, have you seen Adam Sandler's trying to do serious acting again for his film this year?
What film is
Wait,
it?
what is it? Blended or something?
Something like that, yeah.
That should be funny. Him trying to
Yeah.
act serious.
Which, by the way, actually going back to Godzilla, it was I think it was one of those movie event things, and Adam Sandler came on to talk about his movie, and he started off going "Oh, screw my movie! Have you seen that Godzilla movie? That fucking look awesome!"
Yeah, props to him.
Which, by the way, have you seen the new trailer for the Godzilla one that came out last week?
Yeah, I saw it. It looks good.
Yeah.
I don't want them to reveal more of what Godzilla looks like, though.
Yeah.
That should be one of the. Or,
They've
did
also
you see the little? Oh, sorry.
go on. No, go on.
No, did you catch all the snippets of the other kaiju? I think there's an
The
airplane.
Hakumoto, yeah. And that was the one that was being attacked by the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to see those, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Because I also noticed, when the planes are falling out of the sky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not exploding, so what hit them?
They're just being hit, basically batted out of the sky, basically.
Yeah, but they're not exploding, which is weird. So what hit them? Did they get hit by, wind?
I think they're just being knocked, literally just being battered out of the sky, and you don't have to hit something for it to explode, really.
But it's films.
Yeah. Anyway, it honestly looks like, from that scene, from what I've seen, because if you also look at it, the Golden Gate Bridge, Godzilla is also around about, so it looks like there's probably going to be a fight scene at that time as well.
There's definitely going to be. Why would you include other kaijus if you're not going
to?
Oh,
no, I think it's going to be. If you see, I think it's going to be multiple Godzilla fighting monsters. Yeah. Which is kind of I can actually understand what because I think the guy who's directing Gareth Edwards, I think he gets Godzilla because I think he said in a recent interview he was going, Godzilla isn't really a good guy or a bad guy. He's just an animal. He's a force of nature. He just he basically he doesn't attack to save anyone. He's just defending his territory.
Yeah, but in the some of the Japanese films, they made him into a.
The later ones, yes.
Yeah.
The later ones, yeah, but again, it was because Godzilla's one of the few films that actually has series. It's actually one of the few film series that actually has 3 different series. There's but they're saying the first series is the longest one, which has Godzilla being the bad guy, then becoming the good / bad guy, then being the good guy, the kid friendly saving the earth good guy.
Yeah.
Then the second series he goes back to the bad guy slash good guy, and that's also with the other movie, which again is, I think the second series of the Godzilla franchise is probably the best.
Is he an anti-hero then?
He's an anti-hero basically, yeah.
I know why I really like Gareth Edward, the guy who's directing Godzilla.
Yeah.
He outright refused, even with studio requests, to film with 3D equipment. He outright refused because he hated it.
It's filmed in IMAX. It's going to be shown in IMAX.
Yeah, like he earns. I read that. I was just like, I can get behind this guy.
Yeah.
He hates 3D, just like the average moviegoer who thinks.
Yeah, which also I say I hate D-Box as well but I can kind of see a Godzilla film working in D-Box. But again, I don't see what Hollywood don't get about it. I just want to watch the movie.
I don't want to pay my weekly salary for a movie venture
Yeah.
at my local cinema.
I don't want to be sitting on a rumble seat. Which, by the way, a rumble seat, if the shaky cam plus a rumble seat, will make it even more unwatchable.
Oh Jesus! You just have people like throwing up.
Man of Steel in Batman versus Superman. You're gonna be on one of those. It'll be the new thing by that point, and you're gonna be watching. I don't know how the hell Batman's gonna fight Superman without kryptonite. Let's be fair. And they're just gonna be like the shaky cam, and then it's also gonna be disorienting, and then you're gonna have that on top of the D-Box, and you're gonna want to throw up or just close your eyes.
They had one of those shaky seat things that when we were watching The Winter Soldier.
Did they? Did you not sit in it?
Yeah, I sat in it, and it only went off like once. I mean, when it punches the shield, it would just like rumbled a bit, and that was it for the whole film.
But, which, by the way, here's an unpopular opinion. I'm going to say, I know Christopher Nolan. He is a good filmmaker. I won't deny that. But sometimes he can be so stuck up with his own arse of how clever he thinks he is with his messaging. The worse it comes out of his Man of Steel, and even Dark Knight Rises. He's like, look how clever I am. Look at these symbolisms I'm doing.
He's an artist.
Hold on, did you guys see the Nostalgia Critics review of Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Basically, every time the Jesus metaphor was basically, I am Jesus. I am Jesus.
Yeah. Which again, the Jesus metaphor has been done to death in superhero movies.
Yeah.
So with Batman vs Superman, is it Jesus versus Jesus?
No, it's Jesus versus Lucifer, man. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
But in the comics, Batman's seen as Jesus, and Superman's like more of an angel.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing I would like. Because I'm pretty good. Again, it's not just Frank Miller though. It's also I'm getting pretty tired of Superman always turning out doing in a sub-universe being the bad guy. I would like to see a film where I would like to see a comic book where Batman is the bad guy.
There is actually.
Have
you ever seen that? Have you seen the one shot of Catwoman?
I know. Don't a good one. I mean. A good one.
I read the first issue of that because my dad got that. He actually returned it, by the way, and I was just like, "The fuck?" Man, bless you.
Thanks. But yeah, I mean, it's basically like Injustice as well. You know, like Superman's the bad guy in Injustice. Like,
I can kind of see why they did it because the whole I guess
Joker wins.
Yeah. Yeah, that was so brutal.
Which, I also wish because if you read the comic book, the entire, how Damian kills off Nightwing in the comic,
but, like throwing a thing at him.
Yeah, I would also like to see Starfire's reaction to that. Bringing it back to Starfire.
But it's
yeah. But again, I would like to see that reaction to it because they kind of were gonna get married.
Or just the whole Teen Titans in general, reaction to that. I mean. The fact that I know Raven was possessed by Trigon, but they weren't really that bothered by it, and they ended up working with Damian still.
Did they actually ever find out?
I don't know.
Do you know why it wouldn't matter?
Why?
Huh?
Because apparently superheroes can't live happy lives, so it's not really going to change.
Dan Didio.
Well, they just had to become Batman.
Yeah. By the way,
Villains can live happy lives,
Yeah.
and they can now become the leader of the Justice League.
Oh,
Lex Luthor.
yeah, it's like everyone can see this is not the storyline's how the storyline's gonna fold out. Everyone in
No,
the
if this was like actual like pre New 52, like if like Lex Luthor went to like a boardroom with the Justice League, he's like, all right, I'm gonna join you guys. What do you think about this? Even with Martian Manhunter and Batman, he would be laughed out of the room by everybody uproariously.
yeah.
yeah.
Just that entire notion is insane.
That Forever Evil for storyline, they're basically gone because I think DC have kind of gone. Well, we know our villains are kind of more liked than the heroes at the moment, so let's make the
Yeah.
heroes. Let's make the bad guys kind of the heroes, sort of.
I mean, they've ruined
Genius.
Deathstroke.
I haven't read anything about
I
that.
haven't read this for sure.
Don't.
And everyone know again. Scott Lobdell's writing Red Hood and the Outlaws again.
Why did they have to put Jason in the team? And if they did have him in the team, why Starfire? She is like the opposite of what he would be like.
No,
She's
no,
like-
he was the opposite. Now she just has no emotion. She doesn't care. She doesn't.
Oh, surely Rosa Wilson made better sense.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Oh yeah, way better sense. But she's a bad guy now.
Oh,
She's not like the mentioned one where she could be a good guy. She could be a bad guy. No, she's just a bad guy now.
I mean, because they.
We're talking about the Winter Soldier.
Were we?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Speaking about good guys who could be bad guys, do you think actually they'll end up doing the thing where Winter Soldier turns out being will turn good eventually? Because he kind of does in the comics.
Yeah,
Possibly.
but then Cap comes back, like Steve.
Yeah.
So
Shenanigans ensue, and then things go back to status quo.
I just don't know anymore.
Uh,
I'd like to see that like more interaction with him and Bucky. Because I mean, like,
who the hell's Bucky?
Yeah.
yeah,
Which, by the way, you can never really make your main villain threatening by calling him Bucky.
no.
Which is why they call him Winter Soldier.
And then
It makes more sense why he was a kid
Yeah.
sidekick back in the 40s and 50s.
yeah,
Yeah. Which
Watching-
also, which actually also I did. To going on about the final fight, you know that moment where Falcon is about to fight the crossbow, isn't it? Crossbones or whatever his name.
I think that was him.
Yeah, at the end.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was like they're setting up the fight and they're just about to punch each other and cut away.
That's the thing. Like
That's
so
not
many
important.
action
That's
films,
not the important part.
they're just cutting between like different fights just to like build more anticipation. It's just like I just want to watch the fight.
Yeah, I would also love the scene if they the scene where where basically Robert Redford's holding a gun at all the council people.
Oh yeah,
I would have loved it if it actually turned out that in that senator one basically goes out and just starts kicking everyone's ass.
yeah.
I would have loved it if it actually turned out that it wasn't Black Widow in
It was just
disguise.
the senator.
Yeah.
Woman.
Or Nick Fury in the sky.
No, if it was the senator, he's like, and then I was like, oh, you must be Black Widow, and Black Widow just comes in the room like, huh, like that would have just been awesome.
What I miss.
Yeah. That would have been great.
Yeah. Do you
But-
think?
Go on.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. You go.
No, go on. I wasn't really
I
going to
was
say
gonna
anything.
say like they're going like kind of just doing every like Marvel film they're doing now. Do you think they're going and Marvel's getting a bit ballsy against DC? Do you think they're going to try and do like a Moon
With
Knight
that
film?
release date.
Pardon?
Are you talking about the release date thing that they did?
Oh
With
yeah,
Yeah.
Out Man of Steel 2.
Which is kind of,
Yeah.
I honestly do think DC are going to budge before Marvel do.
yeah.
Because I know
wish
what
they
they're
just
doing.
went-
Because Marvel basically just went to DC. Your move now. Come on, bring it.
But it kind of has to be wide because it can like damage either one of the two's like box office. I don't really want that to happen.
No, I think it's what's going to happen because apparently, actually, they were already writing Captain America 3 before Captain America 2 came out.
Yeah,
so
they started it last year.
you don't have to worry about Captain America 3 being rushed technically.
Yeah. But I mean,
Out of
just sounds
two of
like-
them, Captain
You-
America
yeah.
3 has a better chance of turning out good.
You do have to worry about Batman vs Superman now,
Yeah.
because It's going through. I said it's going through production hell at the
I
moment.
wish they should just get Jeff Johns on it.
No, what they should actually do is cancel it and give Superman another film before they do Batman, before they introduce everyone else.
You
Yeah,
just get Bruce Timm to do everything.
Yeah.
but the thing is, with with the Batman vs Superman thing, I don't want them to fight. I want it to be kind of like. Did you ever watch the 1980s animated one where with Kevin Conroy and Tim Daly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
That was brilliant. I wanted to set it up
Turn
like
the
that.
lights back on.
Huh?
Sorry, someone else was in the room. Turn the lights off.
Oh right. But I mean, I just want.
Sorry.
Go on.
All right, yeah. I just wanted to have them. They don't really fight. They have a friendship sort of thing between the two in the actual
Yeah.
comics.
What DC need to do before they do the Justice League movie is do a they do another Superman film. They don't really need to bother with Batman because we kind of already know Batman.
Yeah.
Do a Wonder Woman standalone film. Try again at Green Lantern. I do like what they're doing with Flash, and have the characters of Arrow and Flash in their TV series be part of the Justice League.
But why do they have to have Deathstroke like that?
Deathstroke in the TV series is actually pretty good. I like him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't like it how they've made him like the whole thing with Shadow, where he knew her for like there was barely anything development between the two. He's gone insane over her. It just seems like so badly done.
But the thing is, though, I don't. If you actually read the comics, and go look, and I think you're going off like the Teen Titans version of Slade, like Slade.
Oh, yeah, I know
Because if you
that,
go at the
like,
comics,
it's a bit nutty.
Slade and Deathstroke are two completely different people. If you look at the comics, really, like in
Yeah.
the way the personality and everything. Like Deathstroke's just a gun for hire. Slade's there to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Slade is in charge of his own operations. That's not how it is in the comics.
But,
Exactly,
I mean,
and
just went
yeah.
so much better if they had it like with his.
and also
sons.
DC make a Teen Titans live action movie because it's very doable. Don't say it's not doable.
No, they need to do an animated film just before that, so we have a good product rather than a bad one to start off with.
Yeah, and also
Kind of like Wonder Woman. We have the template for a good Wonder Woman film. Why
Yes.
don't we just do that?
why don't you just make that the movie? Literally, just just reshoot that whole entire animated movie just as live action.
And like
Oh.
30 minutes longer.
Yeah, and don't go
That
all
wouldn't be complicated enough. That wouldn't draw the press.
and don't go all metaphoric with everything as well. Like, yeah, don't go. Oh, Wonder Woman's a symbol about the
Virgin Mary.
yeah.
Ugh. Do you think they'd be able
That's
to do a
also
whole
why
race-
that's also why I prefer Marvel films to DC films because the DC films at the moment because Marvel know superhero films should have an element of fun to it.
Yeah.
Not DC is like it's gonna be like Batman because Batman's serious and people won't take it seriously because no one could take Superman seriously because he's too. I mean, for God's sake, Captain America is one of the most patriotic superheroes there is. I mean, his
Yeah.
America is in his name. His colors are the American flag. He's just like.
He He is 1950s America stereotype.
And they can make it pretty good. They can make a good film. They can also have serious moments with.
Mm.
God damn it, DC.
It's WB.
Just DC, you're not good at films. You can stick to live action television if you would like, but you are not allowed to do films.
You also do not if you're gonna do animated shows, do not listen to Cartoon Network.
Well, actually, they maybe can.
Well,
what's his
now that
face?
Stu Retard's left.
Yes.
Is Cartoon Network owned by WB?
Yes, it is.
I think
thought they were just an
WB is the root of all these problems.
I honestly hope that they do start making more serious cartoons now because there's really a lack.
You would think that WB would be the source of the problems, but they are the main producers of all the animated films
Yeah.
that are so well. So it's really weird.
Yeah, I think maybe.
But do you know why those work? Because you have the people that did the DC animated universe actually consulting with them.
But
rather
also,
than just
yeah.
going off what you think is good.
But also, that's the thing. Here's a great. If we're gonna go back to Nostalgia Creek, do you know how I honestly think Teen Titans Go was made? Going back there, not a Titans podcast, but we're talking about Teen Titans Go. You know that this review of Cat in the Hat
Yeah.
where he had that parody is like it was like, well, if you look at the chart,
Yeah.
that's exactly how I think Teen Titans Go was made. It was like, well, if you look at the chart, it seems like only people seem to watch comedy animated shows at the moment. I mean, loads of people watch Family Guy and South Park.
Yeah.
Which have a much higher production value.
Yeah.
Considering South Park looks like it's paper people.
I honestly kind of do blame Seth MacFarlane for why there aren't that many serious animated shows anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, it's not like he was the one who said you cannot make any more shows like this. He
Oh,
just
no.
made it because he wanted to make.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
And he made them so successful. I mean, yes, there was Simpsons around before that time, but he's like no one else was like jumping on let's do animated show. There's really only like adult comedy shows. There was really only South Park and Simpsons before Family Guy came along.
Dude, we need more anime in the West.
Yeah, and also the Family Guy clones is kind of insulting.
The what?
Have you seen all those clones of Family Guy? Basically,
you mean like the Cleveland show?
No, not ones that are made by Seth MacFarlane. I mean, like other production companies doing an animated show, cheap animated.
Bob's Burgers.
No, Bob's Burgers is good. Don't diss.
I hate that show.
What about Archer?
I have not watched Archer to have enough of an opinion.
No, but I mean like crappy, really crappy little ones that only get one season. Like what's it called? I think there was one called Crash Canyon or something like that.
Oh, I remember
right,
what it's called. Was it Alan Gregory?
Yeah. Like they were just the cheapest things ever made. You could clearly tell they were just Flash animated. I mean, I'm actually hoping to go into Flash start doing animated shorts eventually, which
Cool.
I'm thinking about doing which that's a long way in the way because I've got other things to do first. I basically got to move into my own house first. I can do that.
Top secret projects.
Yeah, but some down the line, I probably might be making a casting call video.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Woo.
Did you sneeze or did you just make a random noise?
I thought someone sneezed, so I said bless you.
I don't know.
I don't know.
And now Jack's disappeared. Jack. Oh,
I'm
right.
here.
Anyway. But anyway, I was saying, Winter Soldier.
Good film. Definitely
Good
worth
film.
seeing in the theater.
Do you think we should wrap up? Because we have
been.
been going on for a long time, haven't we? Do you think we should wrap up?
Yeah, I'm getting a bit delirious. I like.
Let's basically wrap up. Final thoughts on Captain America. Good film. Definitely go watch it. It's one of the best standalone films. The kind of twists are very obvious, even if you're not a bit of a comic book fan. Some of them are a bit better than others, but it's a very good film. It's very well acted. The characters are very well written. It's also got an element of fun to it, which superhero films should
that
have.
exists in films now?
Yeah.
Apparently so.
Still?
Yeah.
Also has a massive impact on the Marvel universe.
Yeah, and it's a good time. You should really go see it. And yeah, what about you guys? Final thoughts?
Pretty much that, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's The Hobbit.
The Hobbit, there and back again.
Yes, I want that. I'm midnight releasing that and Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh, we're so doing a movie review for Godzilla. Also, Amazing Spider-Man 3 when it comes. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's quite a bit away. That's 2016.
No, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I mean, sorry.
No, I mean, like number 3 of
Oh, yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's to 2016 with Avatar 2 coming out then.
How long's that been in production for?
James Cameron was taking his time. They're shooting the 3 sequels back to back to back.
They're basically doing Lord of the Rings, aren't they? Because Lord of the Rings
basically.
and Hobbit were shot back to back to back.
Oh, and last shout out to Jurassic Park 4 coming out next year after
I thought it was
development hell.
I thought it was called Jurassic Hell. I mean, sorry, not Jurassic.
World.
I mean,
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, yeah.
That is my Jurassic Park's my all-time favorite film, and number 3 was a big disappointment for my 6-year-old self.
They just had the whole film with the main theme playing and something getting like torn apart. That was pretty much it. mean, it's just so
Look at this
good.
wonder and look at all this amazing. Look at this wonder and oh my God! Oh God! Oh dear Lord!
It's just.
Don't look at the wonder! Don't look at the wonder! Oh God!
Don't look at the Spinosaurus. Look at the T-Rex. Oh wait, the T-Rex is dead. Damn it.
Oh dear.
Fuck you, Joe Johnson. Even though you made Captain America 1.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was our kind of sort of review of Winter Soldier. Boy, did it go off topic.
If you wanted the review, it's probably around the 45-minute mark that we start going off topic. So
Yeah,
And then occasionally go back.
yeah. And I hope you talked about just us talking about everything else. It was
Yeah.
fun. I enjoyed this, and we'll probably do. I don't know. Actually, I'll get a look at the film. There's Noah coming out. Has anyone seen that? Because I haven't
what
seen it
coming
yet.
out?
Noah.
Oh yeah, apparently it was quite good, but like a lot of like
Religious groups are like, you can't make a film about religious unless it makes everything glorious and saying God's brilliant.
Yeah, and it's just yeah, I need to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
There's also I don't know what else. There's not really. We're kind of in that lull at the moment. Summer's around the road. I mean, there's the new Muppets film, but nah, not really.
Yeah. Wait, there's a new Muppet film?
Muppets Most Wanted.
Oh, I can't be asked.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll probably see you guys probably at Amazing Spider-Man 2. Or anything else really.
First.
Or anything else that comes out that's more important.
Days of Future Past.
That comes out Godzilla comes out before that. It's Amazing Spider-Man. It's Cause do you also know that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was supposed to come out the same weekend as Godzilla, and they pushed it back? Because I honestly think they were like, Godzilla versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think we're gonna lose this
on
one.
a scale.
I think we're gonna lose this one.
Is it coming out in August now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Oh, they're gonna move that back again because that's when Guardians of the
Oh
Galaxy.
yeah.
It's gonna be another Man of Steel, whereby they push it back half a year.
Yeah. Oh dear, but I'll just leave you guys on this. Is what's happening in May? It's not an earthquake. It wasn't a typhoon. They're hiding something, and it's going to send us back to the Stone Age.
Man of Steel 2.
And I have a right to know.
Insert Godzilla roar here.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.